How can you be sure your place is secure? Did you leave the door ajar when you left? Is the stove on? Is anyone creeping around your place after dark? And for people like me who travel and spend a lot of time away from home, or folks who have 2 homes or rental properties, the need for good security is even more important.
Sure, you can add a smart camera or even a DIY security system, but then what? If, like happened to me, your power goes out and all your devices drop offline, who's there for you to lean on if something goes really wrong? That's why I wanted to investigate a more robust and secure option.
ADT offers ADT Plus security, and when the company offered me the chance to try out its system for a few weeks, I jumped at the chance. In this review, ADT is going to not just watch over my home, but install a bespoke whole home security dragnet.
More than just a few window sensors and a siren, I got a lot more than I bargained for when I agreed to this test, as you're going to see. I'll take you through what you're signing up for with ADT Plus security and what the installation experience is like, as well as what I got with my package.
I'll also show you how all the components work together, what you can keep tabs on, and what happens if somebody breaks in.
I'll wrap things up with both the pros and the cons of this system and let you know if I think I can recommend it for you. Now, I would like to say thank you to ADT for sponsoring this video. While the company did provide me with full installation of its devices and monitoring services for 2 weeks, it didn't ask for or receive permission to have any input into this review, so you can consider these thoughts on my own.
In a nutshell, with ADT Plus, you're getting a curated home monitoring, smart home, and home security package with real-time security responses, including police, fire, and ambulance if you need it.
I didn't realize it, but ADT's been around for more than 150 years. Now, I will note quickly off the top here that I tested the ADT system out in the United States, and this info will apply to its American service only. With ADT Plus, ADT essentially is going to build you a full smart home and security bundle based on what your needs are for your specific home and property.
The devices you'll get may vary, but there are some core ADT components and some Google Nest components too, plus other devices you may need like a Yale smart door lock.
So how do you know which devices to choose?
An ADT rep is going to come to your home and take a look at what you need. Then the rep will install every piece of equipment, ensure all the components work together, teach you how to use all of it, and make sure everything works before leaving. When they're done, you get control over everything inside the ADT Plus app.
Now, this aspect blew me away. I've installed probably hundreds of smart home gadgets and devices, from wireless to hardwired. I know there's plenty of DIY solutions out there, and I'm not afraid to tackle most smart home tasks myself, but I was beyond impressed with how much I enjoyed having somebody else come in and tackle all of the work when it comes to setting up all of the security system and about half a dozen separate smart home devices. Now, if you're not tech savvy, but you want to embrace some of the comforts and conveniences of a smart home, my advice to you would be to run, don't walk, and get in touch with ADT and let them do all of this for you.
All right, so we have our 24-hour backup battery that is integrated into the bottom.
I was incredibly impressed by how helpful my rep was and how well he knew all of the devices inside and out.
Let's get to how the ADT Plus system worked here in my home. I'll go over a few of the core components that are likely to come with your home security system, and then I'll talk about how they can work together, and even I was surprised about some of the overlap and integration here.
Set the base to stay. For example, I can ask my Google Nest Hub smart speaker with screen to fully arm or disarm the entire ADT security system, or to just lock the door or show me a camera view. I can even ask Google to enter my security PIN for me.
You may be noticing a lot of Google here, so Android users and folks who are already heavily reliant on Google services may feel a bit more at home with ADT Plus's extended network. But Apple users, I am here with you. The good news is the entire system, plus all of the Google devices and even third-party components like the Yale locks here, are going to work just fine with your iPhone.
I'd say the 3 core components of your system are the ADT Plus app, the ADT Alarm Base, and the Google Nest Hub smart speaker with screen. Think of the ADT Plus base as the brain of the system. The base lets you enter your codes to bypass the alarm, and it's also got a speaker where you'll hear the gentle chime anytime a door or window is opened, or a more ear-piercing alarm if your system is ever breached. If you live in a larger home, you can add extra siren speakers or keypads around the house as you need to. If I'm keeping up my biological metaphors, the Google Nest Hub serves as the heart of the ADT Plus security system, and it pumps blood to all the other core Google components that you'll also get as part of your package. My package included a Google Nest doorbell, hardwired Google Nest cameras both indoors and out, and even a Google Nest Learning thermostat 4th generation. Watch for those reviews coming up here on the channel too.
One of the great things about getting your Nest camera product integrated with ADT is that the ADT Plus service allows the cameras to offer 24/7 video recording, which Google Nest won't do on its own without a separate subscription.
Like I said, all of these devices can be managed inside the ADT Plus app, but you can also fine-tune a lot of the other features and settings through the familiarity of the Google Home app if you prefer. Google doesn't sell a Nest branded smart lock at the time of this post, but the brand new Yale Assure Lock 2 Touch that came bundled with my ADT security package certainly captures that simple Nest aesthetic. You can access this lock in any number of ways. You can tap to open it inside the ADT Plus app. You can punch in a numeric code on the keypad. Lock the front door. You can even ask your digital assistant to open it for you with just your voice, or you can use the physical key included in the box. But the big deal with this lock is the integrated fingerprint scanner that lets you open the door with a quick tap. This became my favorite way to use the lock because it's so fast. Of course, you can also generate dozens of additional access codes for your housekeeper or delivery. Installing the Yale lock is also simple since you need only a screwdriver to replace most standard-sized deadbolts, but as part of my package, ADT's rep had my old lock out and the new one in just a couple of minutes.
I will say this is only the second Yale lock I've had a chance to spend time with, and unlike another Yale version I tried recently, the performance on this lock has been flawless. Watch for a full review on it coming up here on the channel.
Sensors play a vital role when it comes to automating the various components in your smart home security system. Depending on your needs, you'll likely get door and window sensors, and while these can be pretty standard, ADT actually does make what it calls a premium door and window sensor, which has a button on it. With the premium door and window sensor, it's actually pretty cool. You can just press this single button on the sensor, and it's just going to temporarily disarm the one door. So for me, that meant if I had to let the dogs out in the middle of the night, I could just get up, disarm that door, let the dog go out and do whatever her business is, and then once the dog comes back in, I can close that door up and re-engage that sensor. There, she's back in. Re-engage that sensor again, and then the door is once again re-alarmed. ADT also offers other sensors and detectors. I decided to add a smoke and carbon monoxide detector that should automatically trigger an emergency services response if it goes off. You can also add motion sensors, and because I'm away from home a lot, one of the detectors I was most grateful to have is the temperature and water sensor.
This is a genius device that has a dual purpose. For starters, if the power goes out or your furnace shuts down, you get an alert that your temperature was dropping beyond what's normal. Same story if your water heater bursts or you have a pipe leak. There's a tiny probe here that sits against the floor, and it's got 2 prongs that can detect water in a split second. So what happens if something goes wrong for an ADT Plus customer? If you have your alarm turned on and one of the door or window sensors is breached, you're going to get an alert from a push notification to your phone, as well as a text message too, and even email if that's what you want. Now, if you don't respond, ADT's call center is going to send police right to you. ADT Plus also has another pretty cool feature that I didn't even realize was possible until my review.
Called Trusted Neighbor, the system uses a combination of Google Nest cameras' familiar face detection alongside the ability to detect the trusted neighbor's phone nearby and automatically unlock your door and disarm your security system. This is a really neat option if you've got someone getting your mail while you're gone.
The setup process for this is a little more involved than simply issuing them a code, so it might not be ideal for one-off instances, but it would be great for a true trusted neighbor who's taking care of your place. In essence, Trusted Neighbor, you could say, is the digital equivalent of giving a next-door neighbor the key, and it feels like the ultimate security solution for people with 2 homes or people like me who travel or spend a lot of time away from their home.
So what's it like using the ADT system on a day-to-day basis? Well, first thing in the morning when I get up, I just ask my Google Nest Hub to disarm the security system for me so I can let the dogs out. And when I head for the gym, I don't have to remember to lock the door every time because the Yale Assure Lock 2 Touch is going to do that for me automatically. If the system detects that I'm away from home and I haven't set the alarm, a push notification will actually offer me a reminder and I can secure the house with a quick tap from anywhere. Coming back home, getting into the house is just as easy as tapping my fingerprint on the door. That's going to open things right up for me. And the great thing here is that because everything is tied in together in this system, by disarming the door lock, that is able to talk to the ADT system and tell it to automatically disarm the whole security alarm system too. People with pets will want to know how the system works if you've got animals. The motion detector is smart enough to recognize animals under about 50 pounds, so even if you have the motion sensors turned on, those pets shouldn't set it off. If you've got bigger pets, you can ask ADT for the best solution.
Overall, I was really surprised at what a great experience I had with this service, if only for 2 weeks. I have to say there's a lot more to it than I thought, and ADT in particular offers a real boutique service that I really appreciated. Let's go over both the pros and the cons of ADT Plus so you can see if it might be right for you.
On the pro side, I absolutely love that ADT will come over and set everything up for you. I thought the installation was incredibly professional and it was pure joy not having to spend hours setting stuff up on my own. Now, with that said, if you do want to save a few bucks, you can certainly DIY this. I love that all the components are customizable and the ADT company offers a mix of both its own sensors and detectors, as well as the familiarity of devices from Google or Yale. I was really impressed at how all the Google and Yale devices in particular integrate into that overall ADT system and work together in harmony. That I can control every single smart home and security device that's part of my package inside the ADT Plus app is a huge win for simplification. I love the Trusted Neighbors feature, and I think this is an ideal solution for people with second homes or those who might be caring for loved ones. And once it's set up, it's completely seamless. I really think this is the ideal solution for people who want to grow their smart home but don't have either the tech savvy or the time to devote to getting everything set up. Plus, with live emergency services response and monitoring when you need it, it goes a long way to helping you feel secure. So what are the potential downsides? I suppose the biggest one for some customers could be the cost. Well, I think you are absolutely getting your money's worth here and getting what you pay for. It's not an insignificant cash outlay. Equipment costs for a mid-range system would be around $720, and you can expect to pay around $39 a month for professional monitoring. And of course, you can size up or down, so best to reach out to ADT with questions or about pricing.
Some things are worth the price, and if you have security needs like I do, I think this is one of them. I can absolutely recommend ADT Plus to you. And of course, there's lots of choice out there in the home security category. Take a look at some DIY security options that I've had the chance to test out right now.